I'll keep 'em talking, you start the van. Looks like tonight won't be the night that one of these things goes to plan.
I definitely wanted to be a journalist from a very, very young age, and music journalism I think happened because it was the most obviously accessible to me. I just wrote some reviews of shows I'd seen and sent them into a street paper in Sydney. I kept writing things for them and they kept giving me money, which I thought was a marvellous arrangement. Melody Maker, I decided quite early on, was the paper for me, and it was the one that I very much wanted to write for. This haven existed in which people appeared to be making a living listening to music, writing about music, arguing about music, and travelling around the world quite a lot doing all of that. That was something I really, really quite desperately wanted to be part of. What I try to do, or what I hope I do, is bringing the values of the best rock journalism to other forms of journalism, that kind of iconoclasm and irreverence and first-person narrative. There are values specific to rock journalism which are exportable into other fields. Afterwards, I was on assignment in Tripoli, in Libya, and this was mid-2000, so this is well before the revolution. It's among the very least of his misdemeanors, but to a very large extent it is all Colonel Gaddafi's fault. The fact that Libya, under his rule, was an entirely dry country meant that at a particular point where I couldn't drink and therefore couldn't sleep. If you don't sleep for quite protracted periods, then you do start thinking of some fairly strange things. And for reasons I've never quite fully understood, well, it wasn't the oddest idea I had, but the most workable of the odd ideas I had was attempting to form some sort of country band. That was when I wrote the first songs that ended up appearing on the first Blazing Zoos album. I have a huge amount of difficulty referring to myself as a musician with any kind of straight face. When I was a rock journalist, we used to laugh enormously every time some hapless, gormless indie group cranked out the cliche of we just make music for ourselves and if anyone else likes it, it's a bonus. Almost annoyingly, I can kind of understand now what they meant by that. I'm still not buying it, because obviously you don't just do it for yourself. If you did just do it for yourself, you would just get together with your friends in a room and make a noise and never attempt to inflict it on anybody else. There's really only so much you can do about what people are going to think of anything you do, and time spent worrying about that is really incredibly unproductive. But yeah, it is a nice feeling when you do a thing and you work hard on it and you make it as good as you can make it, and for some reason or another it resonates with somebody.